was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The following broadcast is an official production of the Faulkner Sports Network.
So later in the game, it'll be about every 2 or 3 minutes where he can get that.
Yeah.
The ASOL ult is going to come out. Mr. Grunt going to interrupt the Q channel though. Syndra getting on the Aurelion Soul. The set getting melted down. Chapman is just also low. The Syndra completely zoning everybody off on the back line. That's going to be a complete team sweep. Does have his ultimate. Going to ult the Annie. They go into the death realm. We can see them on our screen, but I promise you that the players in game cannot.
For a second I was worried because
Annie is going to die. Garen does have the ultimate. They're going to have to be a little bit careful, but as long as they kite this out, be careful. The Orianna should have enough to survive and to kill him, and they do.
And it looks like there's going to be a team fight here, and Immune to Flame is able to take down one of theirs. Oh wow, really? Excellent team fight.
So we had a really big, Orin had a really big stun there early on with that ultimate, just stunning essentially the entire team.
And a little bit annoying to deal with. Big Orianna shockwave though, gonna land on 3, instantly one-shotting 2, including that Aphelios.
Yes.
All of the carries are down. That is what Faulkner needed so desperately. The Kane is likely gonna be picked up. I can't imagine that he gets out under any circumstance.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Faulkner to the Rapter USA High Res Arena here at Faulkner University. I'm Seth Dawson.
I'm Titus King.
And we're here to bring you the play-by-play and color commentary for Faulkner versus Texas A&M University Aggies today for this League of Legends game. If we can, we're going to go. We're going to give you all a brief introduction to the players right now, and just tell you who else playing today.
Playing ADC, the captain, FrisbeeMeniscus, Charlie Grete. Playing mid lane, the lieutenant, Imblu, Seth McGaughy. Playing support, Zoombie, Bounyalith. In the jungle, Rapter Klaw, Dixon. The top laner, Kaizen, Chalchi.
All right, wonderful to see all y'all today, and now we can take a quick look in the arena and see our players. As you can see, the one up walking around right now is that would be Josh and Charlie, and over there on the far left you can see Ethan, also known as Raptor Klaw. Our jungler and our top laner there on the far right just sat down. Cannot wait to see how they do today. I know they've been both putting in practice, and I can't wait to see them implemented. All right, we see Charlie, our team captain, sitting down right there in the middle, and Seth, Imblu, over there on the left, gonna be in our mid lane. And then finally, we have Zoombie, also known as, Abby, also known as Zoombie, over there on the right, who will be our support in the bot lane. Let's see. So today, as I mentioned, we're against the Texas A&M University Aggies. I cannot wait to do what?
Aggies.
Aggies. My bad. I can read, I promise. I did. Anyhow, yeah, so I've never heard of an Aggies, okay? And this is what happens when you're late, I guess, for the introduction. My bad. Anyhow. Yeah, can't wait to see how this goes. I've been playing a ton with the team recently, or with members of the team. I know Raptor Klaw has been trying out a ton of new champions and playstyles in the jungle that he's just been dying to get his to play. I know top lane.
Kaizen.
Yeah, Kaizen. I know he's been doing a ton of work and practice recently. Once again, cannot wait to see how they do. Last time y'all were here, we got to see an incredible amount of improvement on their communication skills specifically. And I cannot wait to see how they continue to see how they've grown.
I can't wait to see what jungle Ethan plays.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's been trying, I know he's been like practicing with like 5 different champions that he doesn't usually play with.
Yeah, he's been picking up and trying. I imagine he'll probably go with a more old faithful champion, just someone he's very comfortable with. But he definitely has several pockets now just for those counter picks if it really comes down to it as something that's needed. So it's basically impossible to ban him out.
He plays Viego.
That's true. As
He
a
just
Viego player, it's
he
kind of
can
hard to
play
ban you out.
anybody.
Yeah. Hard to get banned out if one of your primary characters is Viego. So for those who don't know, Viego is a champion who his ultimate lets him transform into other champions that he kills. So you kind of have to know how to play most characters to play Viego effectively.
Ethan's like,
Alrighty.
I can play top lane, jungle, mid lane, bot, and support.
Yeah,
As
he's been
one
playing.
champion.
He was playing a lot. He's been playing a lot of mid lane recently with us.
He's been enjoying mid lane. I think it's been a
has
nice break from the jungle for him.
But now he gets to go back to his old comfort zone for this game.
Yeah.
I
enjoy getting to give him a break.
Those games we've been playing have been definitely fun. I've been abusing Cho'Gath in the bot lane, which
shouldn't work,
but it does, and it's really fun. The new Hell of Blades buff really working in Cho'Gath's favor. Let's see. It looks like we're getting close to the banning, or close to banning for the different teams. It looks like we're just waiting on 2 players from the opposing team right now. So
Ethan's been having me try a couple of different junglers.
Yeah, who else has he been having you try right now?
He was like, well, first of all, he mentioned he recommended Volibear.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of Volibear, picking him up, and you seem to be having a ton of fun with him.
I get to just run people down. As a giant polar bear that summons lightning from the sky.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't hear anything in that sounds not like a fun time, so.
Exactly. But no, and then Nunu, a Mumu, 2 very annoying junglers to deal with.
Yes, Nunu
if they can be played right.
Yeah, Nunu and Amumu are both. I try saying that 5 times fast. Anyhow, yeah. Sorry, we're trailing off. Rabbit holes.
2 ADH people.
Something like that. Yes, the Nunu is Nunu in Nunu and Willump is the name of the character. Is
gotta go fast.
Yeah. They make a giant snowball and roll it at you, and they go faster and faster the longer they're rolling their snowball. And yeah, very good at ganking.
Yeah, you go from the top lane to the bot lane in like 5 seconds.
Imagine with the Moby boots.
Huh?
Imagine with the Void boots, upgraded Void boots. They give you an extra 45 movement speed outside of combat. And
I mean, Swifties just give you a base 60.
They give you base 70.
Oh.
And they give you a base 70, and the the void boots give you 45 and then an additional 45 outside of combat, and then an additional 4% on top of that if they're the upgraded boots. Swifties also gives you the extra 4% if they're upgraded. But anyhow, yeah, lots of movement speed from them. They're faster outside of combat than Swifties, which for Nunu and Whelp is actually really, really effective.
That would actually be better on them just because
most of their movement is outside of combat when they're rolling the snowball. So,
and the snowball gets bigger the faster they start up.
Yeah.
It's really good whenever you're standing in a scuttle circle.
Ugh, that doesn't sound fun at all. But yeah, Nunu, a very, very strong jungler right now. Also has one of the best smites in the whole game. Can outsmite just about anyone because Nunu Q, I believe is what it is essentially just deals extra. It's a big...
Base 1200 at fully upgraded. It's a second smite.
Yeah, it's literally just a second smite. Not quite as good as a Cho'Gath ult, but it's really good.
Nothing's outdoing a Cho'Gath ult.
It depends on if the Cho'Gath is eating his weenies or not. If he's eating enough...
How much is a base Cho'Gath ult?
It generally starts at about 12k. 12 to 13.
A smite is 12.
Level 6.
Is 1200. So a smite is a Cho'Gath base.
Yeah. Being fair, it doesn't scale that much. The most I've ever gotten Cho'Gath ult on monsters, because it deals different damage if you're attacking a minion or a player versus a big monster. But Cho'Gath ult does scale, and the most I think I've ever gotten to is like 17, 18k. And it was like a super early game. Yeah,
17k would eat the Otacon at full health.
My bad. It's 17, 18,000. 100. 1800.
Seth, you're eating a champion at full... You're eating their tank at full health. Unless the tank is a Cho'Gath.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. Even then, you're still eating most Cho'Gaths. But, yeah. That's math. I can math. I promise I am capable of both reading and math.
You're not proving that very well tonight.
Just not right now. Alrighty. It looks like both teams are here now. Yeah, okay, so both teams are officially here, and they're starting the draft process. If we can get a look at that, potentially. I believe it's one of the monitors. Which one? Yeah, that one.
There we go.
Alrighty. And they haven't actually done it yet. They just have it set up. But now we're here for whenever they start. Hey, I found it on the first try. They are just prepping. Haven't actually readied up yet, but they're about to start. I unfortunately didn't get to do any research on this particular team. As I said, I came in a little late. So unfortunately, I'm going into this completely blind to what the opposing team will do. But if they've done their homework, who do you think their bans might be?
Kennen.
Kennen, you really think? I will say, I noticed that oftentimes... Oh, it looks like our first ban was Singe, and their first ban was Gwyn.
Oh,
and they're banning Volibear. Okay. So Volibear is a very interesting ban, because Volibear is one of our flex picks, as he can go either top or jungle, and both our top and jungle players know how to play him effectively. So that makes sense. That essentially is kind of banning out two different roles at the same time a little bit there, and just reducing the confusion for themselves.
Also, I wonder if their top laner tends to play more tankier characters, and that's the reason they banned Gwyn.
Maybe. That's very likely. Because Gwyn is a really... so Gwyn deals max health damage, which is just really, really strong when you're playing a tank that has a lot of max health. So, you know... Cho'Gath. My main.
Yeah, but it's fun watching your HP bar just disappear.
It looks like we banned Singe, Seraphine, and Morgana so far. So Seraphine and Morgana are both support lanes primarily, really, really strong, but it looks like we're trying to ban out some of the primary characters for their bot lane. And both of those are just really strong right now in general. So, yeah, okay, so that's interesting. They took Skarner most likely in the jungle first, which I know is a character that our jungler likes to play. It looks like our jungler's most likely going Udyr, trying to counter that a little bit. I don't know how Udyr goes into Skarner, but I could imagine it's probably fine, especially if it's Ethan behind the wheels. I am kind of surprised we banned Singed. This is just my personal opinion. Singe is, well, no, I do understand why, because Singe is a very specific kind of champion that you just.
Are we sure this left side isn't our team? Because they've gone Skarner and Malphite.
Yeah, it does look like they're kind of playing our team. But no, I'm fairly certain that's them. Let's see. And okay, so this is what I was expecting. They ended up going Malphite in the top lane, so immediately we counterpicked with Kinnan. So that should...
Or Malphite.
We did see almost this exact matchup last round, or last game. So I'm really interested to see how this ends up going. If it'll go similar to last time, where Josh is essentially able to steamroll the Malphite, or if this Malphite's going to be able to play a little bit better and perhaps push the Kinnan back.
And then we just banned Yasuo.
Yeah, so we just banned Yasuo. Generally a pretty strong mid laner. Just has a lot of dashes and just has a shield that he gets for free if you try and hit him. Looks like they banned Thresh, trying to ban out our support a little bit. And our final ban is Lux. So we're really just banning out all of the supports that really just lock you down. Because Seraphine, Morgana, and Lux are all three very strong lockdown champions. Morgana and Lux
Who's
in
their last
particular.
ban? I don't recognize that one.
Rel. So they banned
that's
Rel.
right.
That's one that Zombie has been picking up recently. So an understandable one they'd see a lot on her recently played. Rel is really strong right now. Has a lot of CC. She's really tanky and really good at just, I think it's her ult lets her just kind of grab everyone and pull them in and knock them up. All right, looks like they're going Nami support. We went Malzahar in the mid lane, and our last one to pick is our support player. Really interesting, getting the last pick with support. Honestly, not that bad. The support, I'd say, generally, is the most important pick for your bot lane.
Yeah.
Because most ADCs, yeah, there's some variation with them, but they're going to be fulfilling very similar roles.
It comes down to who has the better support for their ADC.
Kinda. It's like the support has more to do with what kind of lane you're going to be playing against than the actual ADC. Because the support player is the one that decides if you're playing like a heavy engage with a Nautilus, Pantheon, Pike, or if you're playing like a really pokey lane with someone like Lux, Morgana, Seraphine, things like that. So generally the support is a more important pick, I would say, than the actual bot laner.
Looks like we're going pokey in the bot lane.
All right, so yeah, we're going Quay. So this is the first time our support player hasn't gotten essentially completely banned out with all of her favorites.
Yeah.
So she's actually getting to play one of her primaries this time, which is unusual for her because we've seen her get pretty much banned out several games in a row so far, just about every game we've done. So really interested to see how this goes. Cannot wait to see how this starts. So once again, we have Kaisa and Hui in the bot lane, Udyr in the jungle, Kinnan in the top lane, and Malzahar in the mid lane. And we're going to be playing against a Skarner in the opposing jungle, Malphite in the opposing top lane, Nami and...
Akali.
No. What's this one?
Jinx.
Jinx. Yeah, Akali, Nami and Jinx in the bot lane, and Akali in the mid lane. Sorry, the screen was a bit covered, so I couldn't tell what was what. I'd forgotten already. Let me just... I'll fix that later. Anyhow.
Why do we let you deal with the technology?
I don't know. That's Good question. Yeah, okay, there we go. I got it to the right one. I know what I'm doing. Definitely. I know what's happening in the game, and I'm here to tell you what's happening in the game. I'm not here to press the buttons.
How about say
That's
how
other
long will
people's
that PC
jobs.
You've taken?
We're not gonna talk about that. I just finished building my own PC. I was able to put the thing together. I was good at the hardware portion.
And then the software portion came along.
And this man stayed up till 3 a.m. helping me get it figured out. I have no clue what happened.
I about took a baseball bat to it 20 times.
Yeah, he essentially just messed with the settings and put them into every possible configuration until it worked. How it worked, I don't know. I don't even think
I
he
understand it now.
Oh, I'm glad you do. I don't. But, you know, it took a second, but we figured it out. And now I actually have a working PC. Woohoo!
You're not running on a potato anymore.
Hey, that potato was great and solid, and it ran kinda.
Barely.
Yeah, it's like it was running League at like 30 frames a second, unless it lagged, in which case it dropped down to like 15 on the lowest settings. It wasn't great, but it worked. It worked.
Now we just gotta get you a new monitor.
Yeah, I do have to do that. I'll do that next paycheck. But yeah. Now my normal computer, I have it on max settings, and it's running at 239 frames a second. It's crazy. I didn't even know you could have that many frames. Look, I grew up with...
Welcome to the future.
I feel like it. And this is supposed to be a low-end gaming computer, is what scares me. I'm just like, how is this low-end? I feel like
Oh, you have
I could rule the
absolutely
world.
no idea.
I really don't. I really don't.
It might seem like it
Alrighty.
could run everything, but let's get you on a very high needing game real quick.
Let's see. We should be able to get into the game soon, I think. Probably. It looks like they're still in the champ select. They are going into the game here in about 20 seconds, and then we'll be able to follow behind them in about 2 minutes 30. I forget how long it is. 2.5 to 3 minutes. So, looking at the different lanes, the top lane I feel like is going to be a big one for us.
Yeah.
If we're able to win that lane as hard as we were before, Kennen can absolutely really carry the game.
You don't want
damage-wise.
Kennen getting ahead.
Yeah, if our top laner is able to get fed well enough in that top lane, he should be able to essentially carry the game damage-wise. Because Jinx, we do have to be careful with the Jinx, because Jinx just has a really, really strong team fight potential. As Stinks. I tried saying Stinks. Jinx. Hopefully the Jinx stinks. Maybe. Nah, we want a fun game. But anyhow.
We don't want it to be just a complete blowout.
Exactly. But the Jinx...
Not too close.
Jinx has a passive ability. Yeah, so Jinx's passive ability says that whenever she destroys a turret or gets a kill on another player, she gets a stacking movement and attack speed buff of like 25%. It might be more. I think it's about 25% attack speed and 40% movement speed, something like that. It's crazy. It only lasts like 4-ish seconds, I think. But those 4 seconds is all she needs to get another kill and refresh all that, and it stacks.
Yeah.
So then it's like 50%, and then it stacks and stacks. And yeah, she can essentially wipe the entire team if she gets a single kill. Luckily, Kennen is a really good counter to that, as he
walks in, ults, and the team disappears.
Kennen is really strong at just being able to walk up and has a very large area stun with a lot of damage in his ult. And he can essentially one-tap the Jinx as long as he doesn't get caught out. Basically, he has to watch out for the Malphite, who is going to be doing a lot to try and lock him down and keep him from getting to the back line. The same holds true for the Nami, who's going to be trying to do the same, although Nami doesn't quite have the hard CC that most of the supports we banned out were. So we really thought ahead with that kind of game plan, in that we made it a lot easier for us to get to it, their ADC.
Yeah.
in team fights. Because we just didn't.
Although
let them.
Nami can heal like crazy.
Nami does have some good CC. She does have the bubble and her ult, which are decent like area of effect CC, but they're a bit easier to dodge. And she does have really good healing, or she does have good healing. It has good damage too.
Yeah, I've noticed Nami tends to deal a lot more damage than like healing most of the time.
I honestly don't know that much about Nami. Maybe I think it depends mostly on the build. I imagine you can kind of lean both ways, most likely. But Nami is actually a champion I don't know a ton about. I just know kind of the basic of I don't want to get hit by her ult, which is a big wave that knocks everyone up, and her bubble, which will just her bubble works similar to how a Morgana Q or a Lux Q would work, except for
Just get rid of all CC.
yeah, except for it's just an area of it's a single area of effect instead of a
I just say we
thing
get rid
that
of all
shoots out.
CC.
No, I disagree with that. As someone who likes to play tanks and the primary purpose of a tank is to CC a team. No, I like tanks. And it looks like we're getting into the game right now. If we can get to it. All right, and we're in. All right, so we're currently looking at our team. We have Rapter Klaw on Udyr, FrisbeeMeniscus on Kaizen, and so on and so forth. Looks like bot lane, everyone's separating out to their 5-point starts, just checking, make sure there's no cheese happening, but on both sides.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Getting the scoreboard set up here real quick. Looks like everything's pretty much in order. Yeah. All right, Raptor Claw getting a little bit of almost ran into a bit of trouble there. I know Raptor Claw always likes to step forward and ward a little bit, get a deep ward in the early game. Almost cost him a bit more than was worth there. The opposing team having 3 players right there. Oh no, someone disconnected. Looks like, okay, so everyone's back in. Looks like there was a bit of some technical troubles there for a second, but luckily we were able to get figured out.
Technology.
Technology, it's a wonderful and beautiful thing until it stops working. Looks like we're going for a little bit of cheese here in the bot lane, starting in the enemy side's bush, trying to see if we can get an early kill here on this Nami. Kaizen stepping forward, using her summoner spells, getting caught out a little bit with that damage.
Oh no.
Flash is trying to get away. Can we get the kill? Unfortunately, goes down to the Jinx, and the Jinx getting that extra movement speed boost, able to most likely get away. Can Hui catch up? It looks like Hui is able to catch up to the Jinx and get a kill on Zombie. Really good bit of catch up there. That would have been very, very unfortunate if they had gotten a kill and we had not been able to follow it up. Now, our Hui does still have good health, and we did deal a lot of damage to the Nami. So the Nami right now not in the best position to be able to hold the wave. So as things come back, both bot laners coming back. I would say their side's on a bit worse.
Yeah, Hui
worse right
can
now.
actually decently clear waves.
Has good clear, but that's not even really a thing. Just has good damage, and the opposing team just has less health right now. Kennen doing Kennen things, just being a nightmare for this Malphite in a ranged matchup. Malzahar. Yeah, Malzahar Q silences. Really strong. Doing a good job of just kind of forcing really good prediction there on where the Akali would be. I don't know if he could quite see him or if he just had an idea of where he was. But Akali generally when she throws out that shroud, she becomes invisible until she attacks. So
yeah,
really good predict there. Moniker pushing up his wave. Bot lane also pushing up. All of our lanes are essentially pushing up right now. So our jungler just going to have that free priority for Scuttle. Most likely going to see if our laners can just keep their respective laners pushed back. Skarner is in the bot lane, so Udyr has free Scuttle in the top lane. FrisbeeMeniscus does have to try and get out of here. Unfortunately, gets caught by that bubble and does get taken out. That is 2-1, and they are 1 kill away from getting the Feat of Warfare, so we do have to watch out for that. Udyr looks like he's making his way to the bot lane, trying to see if he can potentially stop this Skarner from getting the bot lane Scuttle, the bot river Scuttle. Does look like he's going to try and fight for the Scuttle, maybe. Hwei is coming to help, does end up losing the Scuttle, and decides it's just not really worth it to go in on the Skarner. Yep, just very good awareness of him, understanding that the bot lane would most likely be there, and his bot lane was not there to help. Unfortunately, getting pushed up and ganked just moments before. Imblu doing really well in the mid lane, although he is running low on mana. Looks like he's trying to just push the wave as quickly as he can, and then most likely back here before TPing back to lane. Kinnan doing Kinnan things, just hard shoving and making...
Look, range of top laners are always hated.
Yeah, does have to be careful though, as, okay, good flash. Skarner is here to try and pick off the Kinnan, but it looks like Kinnan most likely gets away. Yeah, okay. So really good flash out there from the Kinnan, able to use his speed boost to get himself out, and then flash away from the Skarner, W or Q, I forget. I think it might be an E. I don't know, I don't remember. From the Skarner grab. Really good timing there from Skarner. Ooh, okay, good ult. Suppressing the Akali before she could get off some of her damage. Unfortunately, it looks like he's probably still going to end up dying. Yep. Unfortunately, he
Akali
got a
just
little...
has such strong damage.
Akali hitting level 6. Unfortunately, just has a little bit too much damage for him to deal with without in that range. He essentially just put himself a little too close and stepped just a little too far forward, so he couldn't retreat back to his tower. All right, looking at the CS, the bot lane Jinx does have a bit of the CS lead due to just the couple deaths that our bot laner's gotten, but only being, well, being about 20 CS behind at this point. Not great, but a little understandable for the situation. Just gonna sit back, farm, try and keep up, essentially. Just stabilize things, stop the bleeding in the bot lane. All right, really good silence there from Imblu. Able to keep the trade relatively even.
We do get grubs.
Yes, we were able to get all 3 grubs there, I believe, so that's really good. Let's see. They did claim the Feat of Warfare, unfortunately. But we can still hopefully get the first tower destruction and the 3 objectives. Although I believe they got dragon.
Yeah, they just got dragged.
Hwei trying to poke at the Nami. Really good dodge from Imblu.
See me? Now you don't.
Ooh, that being said, has to be careful here. Relying a little bit on the Udyr being there and available. Udyr, but unfortunately, the opposing Skarner also there. Udyr able to clean up though, it looks like. Yeah, able to get a good clean kill on both of them. Trading 1 for 2, not bad in this situation. Evening us up at a clean 4-4. I did miss at some point that Kennen actually got a kill on the Malphite. I don't know when that happened, but it did. All right, Zombie trying to get out. Unfortunately, not quite able to get out of there. The Kaizen able to chase off the Nami, but unfortunately, the Jinx ends up getting the kill on Zombie, and then This
That
looks
attack
like, yep.
speed is just going to get her that second kill.
Unfortunately, the Jinx gonna be able to clean up. Our bot laner getting stuck between both support and the other. Kitten, can he get out of there? Tries to ult, gets a stun off, but can he get away? Unfortunately, his flash is down. Movement speed was used already. Looks like he is going to be taken out there. Unfortunate kill there. The wave not in a good spot for him. Unfortunately, most likely going to lose a lot of CS off this. I will say, Skarner just everywhere right now, doing a really good job. I will say, as a top laner, when you're so used to just kind of being ignored most of the time, it's really difficult when you kind of get camped a little bit by the opposing jungler, especially one as good at ganking as Skarner is. Kennen unfortunately does not have TP up right now, so he's not able to get. He has to slowly walk back to lane, losing even more CS. Nami in the mid lane, giving the opportunity for our bot lane to push up a little bit here. They do have to be careful as Nami's making her way back down, but does put us in a bit of an advantageous situation. Going to see if they can potentially cut off the Nami. She ends up already being passed, just ended up taking the safe route. Most likely. Okay, yeah, so they just come back up a little bit more. Have to be careful here. A good dodge. Nami bubble is on cooldown, so they have a little bit of time to fight there without worry of it. Imblu just doing a good job of poking out this Akali, keeping her on the back foot. Of course, Malzahar being one of the best just pushing champs in the game. That being said, Spell Shield saves him from the first a little bit. Okay, really
Does get the kill though.
does not save him from the ult, but is able to still pick up the kill in spite of the Skarner. So able to keep things at least even. Raptor Klaw has to be really careful, trying to clear his Raptors, but Skarner, Nami, and Jinx all there trying to harass him. Everyone there trying to fight for these grubs. Okay, Skarner E is on cooldown now.
Although this
They have 4 in the top lane though. That's kind of crazy. That does give our bot lane free priority to just shove. And it looks like they're going to take damage to just deal as much damage to the tower as possible. But we are unfortunately having to just give grubs here. Akali TPing to the bot lane to try and keep them from being able to push. Does get chunked for a good bit of damage though. So that gives 2 objectives right now to them. Both sides have 3 grubs, I believe. Looks like our team is trying to collapse here on this Nami. Really good collapse, able to clean up that Nami nice and quick. Before the enemy team can react, the Nami just stepping forward just a little too much, and our team taking full advantage of it. Really good communication. Oh, really unfortunate ult there from the Skarner. But Imblu able to get out just barely. Akali jumping in. Really good suppression from Malzahar. But unfortunately ends up dying to the Skarner. Really, really good Malphite ult. Ooh, really unfortunate. Our team kind of grouping up a little bit there and end up dying for it. The Malphite ult coming up and stunning our entire team, leaving them as essentially sitting ducks for everyone else. That is unfortunately most likely going to lose this dragon, meaning the opposing team will probably get the Feat of Warfare off, not the upgrade boots off this. Unfortunately, I have to get this. Not the end of the world, but is unfortunate. Imblu trying to catch up the Nami again. All right. Everything kind of resetting a little bit. We're grouping up a bit in the mid lane, trying to see if we can just hard shove, maybe grab a tower here. Malzahar trying to just play back. Okay, really good flash stun from Udyr, trying to see if he can catch up and catch this Nami. Nami flashes out. Can Udyr catch up? Unfortunately, gets bubbled and has to back out. Not able to quite catch the Nami. Really good kill on the
Jinx.
Yeah, really good kill on the Jinx though.
The range that Hui has is ridiculous.
I mean, Hui is an artillery mage. He's kind of a... I will say the biggest thing with Hui, he's a bit of an artillery mage, but the biggest thing with him is he just kind of has a ton of different tricks. What's it called? Jack of all trades, master of none. A pretty good description for Hui. He has a little bit of everything. Not necessarily the best at any one thing, but has just really good options for just about every situation. Kennen, unfortunately, getting caught out by the Skarner. Unfortunately, just going to end up dying there. Got a little greedy going for the Malphite.
Yeah, that Skarner is just everywhere.
Yeah, well, primarily he's just in the top lane right now. But unfortunately, wasn't quite looking at the map at the right time, or didn't have the vision. Just didn't have the vision to see the Skarner moving up. Just really unfortunate. Thinking he was safe, but unfortunately dying for it. Okay, really good disengage from our team. I will say we're going back in, trying to see if we can clean up. Maybe we can get a kill on this Skarner. Okay, great shutdown on the Skarner from Kaizen. Exactly the person we want to be getting at.
Is just going to wipe our team.
This is exactly what we were talking about. Jinx just being so strong. Okay, we are able to kind of clean it up, and we ended 3-2, taking some good shutdowns. Unfortunately, the Jinx getting all of that gold. Exactly what we were talking about with Jinx just being an absolute monster in team fights. Getting one kill and she just snowballs into the rest of the team. All things considered, we really need Kennen there for those team fights. Kennen just having the damage to quickly assassinate Jinx, essentially, before she scales out of control.
It's been an interesting game just because it's been like lanes don't really exist.
Yeah, everyone's kind of been everywhere in their lanes, but the laning phase I will say ended pretty quickly, just kind of due to the pressure. Towers going down pretty fast. Whew. Malphite getting chunky up there, just stacking MR. Looks like the opposing team is going for Herald here. I don't know if there's a way we can stop it. Unfortunately, their jungler just being so active on the map has gotten himself so far ahead and is so tanky and dealing so much damage. We just can't break through him right now. Kennen only really having one item right now. Just got Leandri's not too long ago.
Which will help a lot against
It
Malphite.
will help, but it's not quite enough to burn through all that HP yet. Kai'Sa unfortunately going down, just stepped up a little too far. Oh, Jinx ult coming in and chunking Udyr. Well, I say that, Udyr didn't really take damage. But unfortunately, we're just not able to save the turret.
Udyr just said no.
Kennen trying to just play in the top lane. The opposing team doing a really good job of understanding that the top lane was probably their weakest lane, and Skarner just being so active in the top lane kept Kennen from really just getting ahead like he needed to. Whew. Kennen's kind of... Okay. Decent engage, but unfortunately Skarner able to pull our team out of position. Not... Okay. We are able to pick up the kill on... Zombie is able to pick up the kill on Skarner, and unfortunately Malphite ends up killing Kennen. I just realized in the top lane. But really good engage. We do get Dragon off this. That is amazing for us. This is exactly the win we needed to be able to deal with this. Malzahar teleporting to the top lane to try and stop this Malphite push. Let's see. Malphite right now, as I said, stacking MR. Our entire team, or 4/5 of our team, I'm realizing, being AP. Malphite able to just kind of stack that MR. Kaisa being the only one able to deal any AD damage and still being kind of a more mixed champion, having a decent amount of AP in her kit. I will say Kaisa is probably going to be about the only person that can really deal damage to Malphite.
Yeah.
Here in this late game.
Which is going to be a problem.
Yeah, that will be a problem. But right now we are catching up. We're probably going to have to. I imagine someone's going to need to start building some void staffs. That being said, we are making our way back into this game. We're closing down some of the distances. I wish I could see what the goal difference was. Unfortunately, we just got a little bit of a weird thing on our screen blocking it. So y'all can see what the goal difference is right now. I can't, unfortunately. But, yeah. Y'all can, somewhere here in the top of it, y'all can see what the goal difference is. So, you know, in the comments, let us know, you know. We catching up? But certainly, it looks like we are. Malphite has gotten ahead quite a bit on Kennen in terms of CS. But Kennen, going in on this Malphite may not be the best idea. The opposing team starting to collapse. As good as any kill on Malphite would be, we need to turn around and deal with the rest of their team. Kennen's #1 job right now being just to take out the Jinx if he can. Yeah, right now they just need to back up. They just have too much of a wall with the... Okay, Kaisa teleporting in, able to get a kill on the back line. Able to clean this up nice and well. Well, able to clean up and kill most of their back line. Ends up still being... Ooh, can he get away from... Okay, really good dodge from the Skarner. Has to be careful.
Dang,
though.
that does a lot of damage.
Yep. Heart still dealing a ton of damage. Unfortunately, still going to get shut down by the Skarner.
Oh, yeah, he has 151 stacks.
Yeah. Not that crazy, but still good. Yeah, you can feel the nerf they gave to Heartsteel. Only being at 151 stacks right now after all this fighting. Kind of crazy. Unfortunately, what looked like it might be almost a turnaround there with the Kaisa teleporting in, was able to get some good kills, but still ended up going down to the Skarner. Unfortunately, engaging when he probably should have just been running away. I will say, Udyr doing a really good job staying ahead on CS, up by about 20 CS on Skarner. So not at all lacking CS-wise in our jungle. Unfortunately, just has been able to help a ton, gotten 11 assists, but just has not been able... Oh! 3-man ult there from the Skarner. Just quickly tearing apart our entire team. Really, really unfortunate. Raptor Klaw getting caught up, trying to run up and stun the Skarner, but unfortunately ends up getting caught in that ult too. and the Jinx and Akali just able to rip our entire team apart there. The only ones left standing right now are Malzahar and Kinnan. Both of them trying to do something about this, but they really just need to back up. Neither of them really equipped to deal with this. Really just need to sit back, farm up more, really and truly. And really can't afford to try and fight for this. Good dodge on the bubble, unfortunately having to use flash. Kinnan trying to run in and do something, but it seems almost like a bit of a desperate attack. Malphite jumping in, able to clean up and get just knock up the entire team. Unfortunately, leaving us absolutely vulnerable to just an absolute team wipe. Faulkner falling farther and farther behind, almost in these almost desperate-looking plays. Really needing to just step back and farm up instead of overextending into these bad fights. Jinx over here just shoving bot lane. Unfortunately, we do end up losing bot tower off that fight, as well as Dragon and Otacon.
It's definitely not going like the last Kin and Mal fight.
No. As I said, really, really good management from this team, specifically the Skarner, understanding that was going to be a weak lane and just really effectively managing it, essentially. On top of that, just so much of our team being AP meant the Malphite was free to just stack a ton of MR. Kinnan just right now not knowing how to really engage properly while being so far behind. He just doesn't have the damage to one-shot anyone. The entire opposing team right now is so tanky, especially against AP. The Malphite and Skarner just stacking a ton of MR, and there's almost nothing our team can do about it.
And the Jinx has just gotten so far ahead.
Yeah, the Jinx now 15-5-9. Really, really far ahead. Jinx incredibly strong when she's ahead, incredibly strong just team fighter, and we're seeing that. It really is going to take some amazing plays from our team. A really, really good attempt there, trying to jump in and steal that Baron, but just not quite able to do it. Malphite just right now 2v1ing our players because we just don't have the ability to kill them. Having all that natural armor as well, just making it really hard to go in on him, even for Kaisa. The only way, yeah, okay. So it looks like Kinnan is building some, is starting to build Void Staff. We just don't have a way to deal damage right now, is the big thing.
And that Jinx is just becoming more and more of a problem the more items she gets, able to clear towers within seconds.
Yeah, and every time she destroys a tower, she gets that buff, so. Kaisa trying to keep them back, just using her long-range abilities to try and snipe. Udyr getting caught out a little bit. Can he get out? Woo, just barely. Kaisa in the same boat. Oh, unfortunately going down. Really good Malzahar suppress. Able to lock down the Akali under turret. Faulkner right now struggling to keep our turrets alive. All 3 inhibitors are down. We are going to be essentially forced to stay within our base for the next several minutes until at least 1 or 2 of them respawn. I will say this will provide us with some extra gold and CS that will be really good if we can survive long enough to help catch us back up. But we are not going to be able to fight for objectives. We are almost certainly giving them soul here, as there's no way for us to fight for this dragon. And as much as I hate to say it, we don't really outscale them either. So the longer this goes on,
That'll leave a mark.
yeah, just we're really behind. We have to try and come up with some kind of play here. I don't know what it is, genuinely. Perhaps Udyr can get lucky and outsmite for dragon, but right now I don't know how possible that is. Especially if they fall into this trap that the opposing team is trying to lay. Malphite, I know, just looking to ult in the moment he sees Udyr.
And Skarner's just gonna grab and take him away.
Exactly. Jinx just able to fire ult and get a kill right now. Oh. Yeah, Jinx right now just so far ahead, able to 2-shot most of our team. And that's suddenly half our team dead.
She is fully built.
Yeah, Jinx is full build right now. Well, no, she's not quite full build. She's still half an item away. Unfortunately, this looks like it might be game. Yeah, that is 100% game. Unfortunate. Just not able to hold back the pressure. Faulkner, unfortunately, going down in the first game, not losing a little bit early to that Skarner pressure in the early game. Not quite able to outlast it, though. Not quite able to bring it back. We will see how it goes. I can definitely think of some adjustments they'll probably be making.
Skarner ban.
Oh, yeah, most certainly. I can just about guarantee you that Skarner is our first ban. And
Which is unfortunate because that's the one Ethan tends to play in these games.
He does like, but I will say if we get first pick, there's a good chance we'll pick Skarner. If we don't ban him, that's definitely a chance that we'll pick Skarner instead. Which would be an interesting choice, but I don't know. He may prefer to go someone else. But that's definitely an option we have.
Personally,
well,
I would love to see the Volibear.
We can discuss this a little more after a bit of a break. The team just taking a second. They're going to take a break in between the game. Go clear the heads, grab some water, and we'll be right back with y'all after some advertisements.
I wanted to take my career to a higher level, so I searched for an MBA program that fits my schedule, that's accredited, and aligns with my Christian values. I found the perfect MBA at Faulkner University. Faulkner's MBA program consists of 10 5-week courses completely online, and the quality of instruction is excellent. Imagine how earning your MBA degree can help boost your career and get you to where you want to be. Visit faulkner.edu/advance to learn how you can get started.
College, law school, this is a formative time for people, but it's not just about getting a degree. And I think when students come to school here, when people work here, that's what they get to see. The folks here will love you, take care of you, look out for you, and along the way, help you get a great education. I love that. I would tell students who are interested in potentially going to law school that they can learn the law anywhere, but not every learning environment is the same. So I think it's important for them to consider where they can go and be comfortable, where they can go and be encouraged, where they can go and be loved. And that's what they'll find here. There are larger schools, there are schools with bigger names, but there aren't schools with bigger hearts than Faulkner's Law School. We love our students. We don't apologize for that. We don't hide that. And they're not going to find that everywhere, but they can definitely find that here.
Faulkner University's online executive MBA program is now accepting applications. Earn your Master of Business Administration in as little as a year. Advance your career and apply today at faulkner.edu.
My name is Mike Harridge, and I teach computer science at Faulkner. Computer science at Faulkner is dramatically changing right now. It's an exciting time to be here. We're adding new students, which is exciting for all of us, but we're also growing in the content in which we deliver. We're adding new courses, we're adding new curriculums. It's a time that things seem to be really exciting and things seem to be really changing rapidly inside of our field. Computer science will always be a rapidly evolving field. Everything from artificial intelligence to cybersecurity will always drive us to excellence. But here at Faulkner, we embrace that change as opposed to ignore it. Many of our students find their niche in the computer science world by coming here, and that's what we hope to really drive that love of computer science into our students here. I'm telling you, of any place you want to be to learn computer science, Faulkner is the place to be right now.
Preparing leaders for the River region and beyond, Faulkner University's Harris College of Business is distinctively different, focusing on ethics and character development in the classroom, and building ethical foundations with our new Ethics Institute. Living the mission of Faulkner University to glorify God through education of the whole person, emphasizing integrity of character in a caring Christian environment where every individual matters every day.
As a student at the Harris College of Business, I saw firsthand the mission of Faulkner University. My professors there not only taught me, but they also mentored me. They encouraged me. They cared for me. They instilled character and integrity into me. I mattered every day. That mission hasn't changed. Harris College of Business continues to provide its students with the tools they need to succeed in today's business world.
Training tomorrow's teachers, ministers, and scientists, guiding future business leaders to positively impact our global economy, teaching healthcare professionals to improve patient outcomes, coaching athletes to give their best on and off the field, men and women learning how to succeed wherever their dreams take them. That's Faulkner University. With over 70 undergraduate and graduate degree programs, you'll find your calling, all in a Christian learning environment. Faulkner University. Discover more at faulkner.edu.
Earn your online Masters of Science and Management from Faulkner in 1 year. With a focus on HR management, leadership and ethics, and strategic management, you'll gain the skills to succeed. Apply today at faulkner.edu.
Did you know that 100% of Faulkner's computer science graduates
since 2014 have found jobs
in their fields within 6 months of graduating?
We live in the information age where you either use a computer or you get left behind. Are you ready for your future? Faulkner's computer science program is your gateway to a leading-edge career with purpose.
I built church websites, and through the training and instruction that I received from Faulkner, I was able to go right into my career after graduation.
It laid a solid foundation for what you need to know.
At Faulkner, there are many kind and knowledgeable people that are eager to help you prepare for the future.
In the U.S., there are predicted to be over 400,000 job openings each year for computer specialists with median wages well above average. What you learn at Faulkner will give you control of what your future looks like. Our faculty has an average of 16 years of industrial experience and is ready to navigate you to a bright future as a computer scientist. Come join us at Faulkner University. Your future is worth it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back for Game 2 of Faulkner Eagles versus Texas A&M University Aggies.
You got it right this time.
I got it right this time. I don't know what an Aggie is, I'll be completely honest. But that's who we're against. Looks like we're already in the pick band phase. We can go ahead and get a look over there. At one of their computers. Alrighty. So, what kind of changes are you expecting?
Definitely Skarner's going away unless we have first pick.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Skarner was such an oppressive force in the early game. I expect he'll probably get banned. Jinx was a very large problem in the bot lane.
Banned Jinx.
We did ban Jinx? Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure if that's necessarily a proper ban, because I feel like we're overemphasizing her effect. Yes, she was really strong in the late game, but only because she was able to get ahead. Whereas I would say the root problem came more from the Skarner in the early game, just being so effective. The only reason the Jinx was really able to get ahead was less because of the champion itself and more because of just the game plan of the other team. So I do worry about that. But maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe it does end up working out for us. Looks like we're going to first pick Aphelios. Okay. We're just letting them have the Skarner. I'm really interested in that.
Maybe we have a plan to counter this corner?
Maybe. Well, I will say, this time I imagine we're not going to pick all AP. I hope.
Yeah.
With the exception of our Kai'Sa, we were full AD, and Kai'Sa is still a mixed bag when it comes to damage, having a mix of AD and AP, so still blocking a decent chunk of her damage.
And they went Malphite again.
Okay, so they're starting Skarner Malphite. Both of them just huge problems last game. Really hope we're able to kind of overcome it this time. Are we going to pick Kinnan into it? No, we're going to pick Mordekaiser. Okay, so a bit more of an individual bully. I like this. It makes it a little easier to pick off certain individuals.
Definitely make the difference between a team fight.
Yeah, definitely can make a difference.
Especially if you like ults the support or the ADC.
Yeah, if he's able to get that, I would say the number one people he's looking to get picks on would be the support or ADC. They do get Yasuo in the mid lane, which Yasuo just kind of an annoying champ to deal with. Always decently strong with his wind wall and his ability to just have a shield when he gets hit. But we'll see how he does.
Never faced against him, so I want to know.
I'm sure you've played against him at some point. He's occasionally played in the top lane, but he doesn't come up that often.
Well, I rarely play in the top lane anymore.
Okay, so we are still banning out Lux and Morgana. I'm interested to see who our jungler will go this time. Udyr certainly seemed to be doing fine, but
means Diana not our jungler?
Do what?
Is Diana not our jungler?
Oh, you're right. Diana is our jungler. I don't know why, but I thought that was a... I didn't realize that was Diana. I thought that was a different champion who goes in the mid lane. I promise my eyes are fine.
No, they're not.
I haven't been to the eye doctor yet, so you have no proof.
Everyday interactions with you is proof enough.
That's merely circumstantial happenstance. It's not admissible in court or whatever. Alrighty.
Ooh,
looks like final
Mel.
bans ended up being Caitlyn and Lux for us, and Rel and Thresh for them. So they are going Mel ADC, it looks like. Oh, Mel. I don't like her. I really enjoyed playing her when she first came out.
She's been nerfed, they say.
Yeah, I mean, she was really fun to play for me when she first came out. But after the nerfs, I personally just can't play her anymore because the style I was using to play just doesn't work as well. But she's still so annoying to deal with and still very strong.
What also doesn't help that she played Joe Gavin, so you can't dodge anything from her.
That's true. Dodging is more of a concept rather than an actual thing you're capable of doing if you play Cho'Gath. It looks like we're going Anivia in the mid lane with Taric as the support. Okay, that's really interesting. So Taric, I didn't know Zombie had been picking up Taric, but Taric is really interesting choice. Has really good capability of helping us survive.
I know absolutely
team fights.
nothing about him.
So Taric ult is that after a certain duration, I think it's like 5 seconds, everyone within range becomes invulnerable. Like they can't take damage for a certain amount of time.
And that's fair how?
There's like a 5 second startup to the move. And it only lasts like 2 seconds maybe. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Still, that seems a little ridiculous.
I forgot I have access to the internet. I can just look this stuff up if I need to. The internet, it's such a useful thing. I'm still figuring out how to use it.
He's no longer stuck in the Stone Age, people.
Woohoo! I discovered the internet. So Taric is like a really interesting support in that he's not... I would say he's not that common to see. I think. Well, I may have broken our computer. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I can't see anything, but y'all can. So I'm going to be watching over here.
You'd always close it to open back up.
Yeah, no, that's my plan. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Turn it off, turn it back on. There we go.
See?
Ta-da. Okay.
I'm good with technology.
Y'all have no clue what happened, but yeah, I messed up something somehow, but I got it fixed. Okay, so looking at Taric's abilities real quick. Yeah, okay, so his ultimate ability is called Cosmic Radiance. Taric calls down a star from above that descends over him for 2.5 seconds. Afterwards, he and nearby allied champions become invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. So it's a 2.5 second startup, and then they're invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. With like a 3 minute cooldown at level 6. So
and then a 2 at
level 3. It goes down to just a 2 minute cooldown, but that's really long cooldown. So basically you can make your entire team invulnerable for 2.5 seconds, which is absolutely crazy potential, but it could also do nothing. It's one of those abilities that you just have to be really good at timing it. And I'm sure Zombie is definitely capable of it. Taric also has a good amount of stun, and that he's kind of weird in that he can give himself and an ally like an ability that'll launch out and stun whoever's in the way of it. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's really interesting. But he does have decent stunning because of that. But he is a melee champion, so
kind of interesting that she's playing a melee champion, because she usually plays ranged.
We'll see how it goes. I think it can definitely potentially go well. Let's see. Who was our bot laner? I forgot. Oh yeah, Aphelios. I have no clue how Aphelios works. I know he swaps weapons.
Yeah.
And those different weapons do things. Don't know much outside of that. I know he's an ADC, and he deals big damage if he gets a lot of items.
Internet.
I don't feel like reading all that. I know Aphelios has a text box like that would take up.
He's got a text box the length size of a Magic the Gathering card.
More like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It'd be like trying to read and understand a Yu-Gi-Oh card reading Aphelios' text. I'm not doing it. Not right now. So.
Well, now you have me curious.
Okay. But.
I think Josh played Aphelios a couple of times.
That makes sense.
When he played ADC for first.
Understandable. Aphelios, I hear several people talk about how much fun they think he'd be to play, and then also how difficult he is to play and how annoyed they are when they try and play him. So, I don't know. He sounds like he's fun in concept, but not someone I would actually enjoy because I like simple. That's why I play top lane. I like playing big bonk. Or just big and get bonked a lot. But, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like the game's going to be up in about a minute and a half. Just quickly looking up how his abilities work. Smart. Now.
He has 5 different weapons.
Yes.
That changes his range.
Yes.
And speed.
And abilities, and yeah. He's not quite as... He doesn't have quite as much variety as someone like Hui, but
so,
he still has a lot.
He has a rifle, long-range shot that marks his target for a long-range follow-up attack.
Yep.
A scythe pistol, run fast while attacking nearby enemies with both weapons. Cannon, root all enemies slowed by this weapon. Flamethrower, blast enemies in a cone and attack them with offhand weapon. And a chakram, deploy a sentry that shoots your offhand weapon.
Yep. Fun. Anyhow, the game is about to start here in about 20 seconds. I'm really interested to see how the top lane goes this time. Mordenkaiser and a Malphite. Once again, I think this is weighted a little more towards Mordenkaiser, especially in the early game. But I will say going Mordenkaiser gives him his ult to make it a 1v1 fight. So even if he's getting ganked by Skarner, it makes it a little easier on him as he can turn it from a 2v1 into a 1v1, at least for a short duration. So that is definitely a positive for him, and I really hope that frees him up to be able to do a little bit more of what he's hoping to do. All right, and we're in the game. Ooh, I did just realize they went Nautilus Mel in the bot lane, so that's gonna be a heavy engaged team. Nautilus locking them down, allowing Mel to just throw out Q and get a ton of stacks off. It also looks like they're going to try and go for an early invade in the top lane. Makes 100% sense with Nautilus. Our team has to be very careful. Can they get out in time? Really good stuff from the Anivia, but Anivia is going to get hooked. Can she get out in time? We are missing the action. Anivia turning into an egg, most likely going to die here. Not much to be done. Unfortunate. Tried flashing to get out, but just didn't quite make it. So the opposing team able to get a quick, cheesy kill. Unfortunate, but shouldn't be something we can't handle. Looks like we have Zombie and Imblu in the bot lane, kind of trying to do something similar they did last time. Just seeing if they can cheese a little bit. I do worry about trying to do that kind of cheese on Nautilus because Nautilus has the highest amount of CC at level 1 in the entire game. Imblu stepping up. We don't get to see what's happening. Nautilus hiding in the bush, trying to just be there. Always threatening his Q, which can lock someone down for a long amount of time. All right, not Malphite. Mordekaiser hitting level 2, immediately taking advantage of that and going in on the Malphite there. Whew. Anivia getting hit by those knockups. Unfortunately, able to get a stun off. Ooh. Does he have wall to throw down?
Blind them without.
Tarek trying to get off one of those stuns on the Nautilus. Malphite getting poked down a little bit here. Has to be careful. No, Mordekaiser. Malphite does use up a lot of mana to throw those out. Really looks okay.
Mana says Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Mordekaiser looking not having mana. Can luckily use it now that he's level 3. He can use his E to kind of block those Qs and also just heal up occasionally here and there. It gives him a little bit of extra sustain against the Malphite's nonsense. Malphite going in here. Mordekaiser has to be careful. He is really, really low. Getting a little too aggressive when he's that far down. Malphite does lose the Mordekaiser early, but not if the Mordekaiser is at, quarter health. All right, popping potions to keep himself alive. That's good. Anivia running into the problem of, ooh, really unfortunate, really unfortunate. I think her passive's down still. Yep. Really unfortunate there, just not quite able to poke. Oh, really? Okay, Tarek able to get out of there. Amazing, really and truly. But in the mid lane, Anivia is struggling to poke down the Yasuo. Unfortunately, a bit of a failed gank there in the top lane, but it's all good. But as I was saying, Anivia not really able to poke down the Yasuo like she wants because Yasuo having that passive shield that comes up every 2 seconds. Let's see, Aphelios stepping up a little too far, getting hooked by the Nautilus, trying to chase down that Mel, but doesn't get punished too hard for it. But Yasuo really good at just ignoring burst damage as he has that passive that comes up every 10 seconds or so, I would say. That bar underneath his HP bar that he's able to fill is not mana. But essentially, he's able to fill it up, and whenever it's at full, the next time he gets hit, he gets a big shield that blocks a good bit of the damage. So if your primary way of dealing damage is burst, like most mages, he's just kind of able to ignore it. And takes almost nothing.
As shown right there.
Yeah, as shown right there.
So much CC down there in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Nautilus in a nutshell. Also having that wind wall to block things.
You have Nautilus who grabs you, stuns you, Mel who then throws and stuns you.
Yeah. So Nautilus has a ton of different CC. His Q, which is a hook, which lets him grab you and then pull into you, which sends you for a little bit. And then his hook, and then his auto attack, which the first time he autos you in a fight, he locks you down for a second or two. I don't remember how much, is a decent amount. Anivia has to be really careful. Yasuo hitting level 6. Bot lane pushing up, doing decently good. It looks like we were able to push back to Yasuo. Anivia does have to be really careful because Yasuo can use those minions to jump to her. Looks like she is backing off though. Really good little pushback from our jungler, able to push the Yasuo back. Oh, bot lane has to be careful. Skarner coming down to try and get a gank. Really good eyes though, paying attention to where he's at and able to get out before too late. Again, kind of stepping up into the Skarner queue. Able to get out of there in time, though. All right, this is exactly what Malphite's kind of looking for here. Just looking to try and bully this Malphite as much as he can. He really needs his W up. Unfortunately, I think it was still down. Unfortunate. But it looks like Diana might be coming up to try and get the jump on this Malphite. At least, okay. Going for the dive. Unfortunately dying for it. I didn't think she'd go for the dive. I assumed she would probably just, Morgenkaiser really doesn't need to be going for this. Without his E fully charged, he cannot afford, and there it is.
Yep.
Without his E charged up, he cannot afford to dive like that, and unfortunately learning that the hard way. Both players getting a little antsy for that kill. Diana, unfortunately, going in when she needed to just kind of poke to keep him in lane and play it back a little safer. And then Morgenkaiser also just overextending, trying to go under turret to get that kill. And unfortunately just didn't charge up his E beforehand. His E shield is what I mean, by the way. Or W, not E. Morgenkaiser trying to fight this Malphite, but Malphite at this point is 2-0 on him, has the item advantage. I'm honestly not sure if he can. Not without ult, at least. I will say Skarner being kept a lot more in check this game. Not really able to go on going on the top lane as easily as he was before. That being said, Anivia struggling against the still struggling, but really, really good damage there. Able to get a good electrocute proc. Really good job dodging that from the Aphelios. Diana coming in for a gank in the bot lane. Not quite able to get there in time, but still good, scaring them back, keeping the pressure up. All right. Anivia sticking around a little bit long. All right, good stun. All right. A bit of an early ult there. A bit interesting. But maybe he can come out of it with a kill. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he can. Again, ulting just a little early while Malphite's still at full HP. And Malphite able to ult out, essentially. Is good pressure, does force the Malphite back, though, so might still end up working. All right, Aphelios has to be careful. Here it comes. Does he have flash? No, but still able to get out of the way. There, 4 in the bot lane. It's kind of crazy. Unfortunately, not much he could do there. He was able to dodge so much of it, but Taric ult coming down just a little bit too late. And there's, the problem with it being a 2.2 startup. As you're saying, how is that fair? That's how that's fair. Unfortunately, Aphelios dying before it could activate. Good dodge there. Unfortunately, not much he can do about it, though, as the turret not quite able to... Is able to kill the Mel, actually. Looks like Anivia is starting to win pretty well in the mid lane. Skarner just getting in and getting out. All right, really good engage on this Skarner. Can we get the kill on him before? Okay, we got the kill. Unfortunately, Nautilus coming in and just locking down Diana, unfortunately, before she could get away. But still a good pickup. Aphelios, gets ulted by the Nautilus, and just nothing he can do to dodge the ult into Q.
What's Nautilus's ult?
So Nautilus's ult is a point-and-click knockup. It will travel along the ground until it gets to you, and then just knock you over to there, dealing a decent amount of damage. All right, decent ult, decent ult. I like it. Use it while Malphite was a bit lower, and hopefully his W will be off cooldown here. Okay, no, he's just able to get the kill. So really good ult there from Mordekaiser, just waiting until Malphite was a little bit lower in health to use it. So good timing, good timing. Malphite is going AP Malphite this round, so Mordekaiser doesn't really get any resistances off it, but he does get a ton of AP when he does get a lot of AP when he ults. Woo, that is unfortunate. Anivia putting up a really good wall, able to, does not need to go back in though. They just kind of need to run. Okay, really good wall, keeping her and Tarek alive. I don't know if this is something we want to be going back in on. Maybe it'll work. Okay, we're just a lot beefier than I thought we were, I'll be honest.
Oh no, the Yasuo showed up.
Yeah, there's the Yasuo. Does Diana? Okay, yeah. Malphite ult coming in. Yep. I'm about to say Diana probably just waiting for, hoping she could get her cooldowns off and be able to jump onto the Mel again. Mordekaiser coming down to try and help in the mid lane. He doesn't have ult, I believe.
No, because he just used it on.
Yeah, he had just used the top lane. But looks like he is going to be able to clean up. Really good flash there from him to get back on that Yasuo. Although he might end up losing tower for it. Yeah, unfortunately this is going to be top lane tower. Good kills, and we do get dragon off it though. Giving up that early, unfortunately giving up those early boot objectives to try and take this dragon so that we can hopefully just keep ourselves in the running for it. This Nautilus doing so much work on these engages. All right, invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. Using it a little early, and that's what I mean by Tarek ult. Something that can be either amazing and can block a full combo, or it does essentially nothing. Except for scare them back for a little bit. Not a ton happening on the map at the moment. Skarner right now just clearing jungle. Skarner and Diana both clearing jungle. No objectives up. Currently it looks like Herald's going to be the next objective up, but I don't know if either side is particularly looking for it yet. Skarner might, but looks like he's currently heading to try and gank the Anivia. Also by having the bot lane. Unfortunate there, the Yasuo coming down. Now, I will say, Tarek, able to get the shutdown on the Yasuo. Maybe not exactly the best person to beginning, but we are able to pick up the mid lane tower. Really good from the Anivia.
Skarner tried to pull under tower, but then there was no tower.
Yeah. Luckily, Anivia able to clear that tower before it became a problem. Lots of pressure right now, just kind of in the mid lane. We're able to push him back. Really good ult there. A good wall into ult. Unfortunately, kind of missing a lot of his abilities. Yasuo just being really good at dodging stuff. Diana able to go in. Can she get the? Can she take him out?
Was not able to be hit.
Whew, there we go. Do what?
It seemed like the Yasuo just wasn't able to be hit.
Well, it's kind of as I was saying, like, sometimes it'll look like you hit the Yasuo and he takes no damage. That's just because his shield will proc.
Well, he looked like he was like a shadow.
Oh, that's because he was in Mordekaiser ult. Mordekaiser ult. No one else could see him. Only Mordekaiser could hit him there.
I forget it looks different here.
Yeah. We can actually still see them as like shadowy figures, whereas in game, if you're not the Mordekaiser, all you see is are like 2 dots of where they might be. All right, bot lane able to push up, most likely gonna be able to take this tower. Oh yeah, definitely gonna be able to take the bot lane tower. The opposing team just setting up to take this Rift Herald. As good as the Rift Herald would be, I don't think we can win the team fight unless we get a really good pick, so we're probably gonna have to give this Rift Herald to him. Yeah, Yasuo taking the mid lane turret, trying to force him back. Mordekaiser chasing down the Nautilus into a 3-person team fight, or into a 3v1. We are able to take out the Yasuo. Unfortunately, I don't think Malphite has ult, or if he did, he used it already. And unfortunately, does go down. Unfortunately, chasing the support just not worth it. Taric ult coming out just a second too late. All right. And there's the team wipe. Really unfortunate. And they do get Rift Herald off this. That's going to be an incredibly difficult deficit to come back from. Not impossible, but very, very difficult. I'm trying to think where. I imagine they probably just try and go take Dragon as well off this. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Nice stop.
All right, good pick on the Yasuo. Mordekaiser hopping, flashing over, able to kind of force the team back. Okay, so we get this dragon. Really, really good pick there. Absolutely potentially saving this game and allowing us to get our second dragon. So we're now up 2-1 on dragons. We did lose Herald for it, but it's a really, really good pick. Good flash there, dodging that, and able to just kind of poke down the Skarner. Unfortunately, missing some. We're trying to collapse 5-man on the Skarner. Unfortunately, Skarner just being a little too fast and just a little too fast, a little too tanky for us to collapse on there. We do have to be careful of the Mel. Oh, okay. Okay, we are able to catch this. We are able to kind of catch the Skarner out, but Mordekaiser not having ult can't really lock him down effectively. Really scary to see how this. Diana ult going crazy, able to pull them back in to the Mordekaiser passive. Mordekaiser unfortunately not having shield up to block the Mel ult. And Nivea, just everyone collapsing just constantly into these 5-man team fights.
It's funny. You're like, oh, hey, look, a Nivea. Wall.
Exactly. Anivia being really good at just being one of, if not the safest mid laners in the game between her passive revive. That being said,
does get caught out.
Does get caught, but is able to put up a wall. Can she get away from this Nautilus? Diana coming in to try and help push him back and is able to save the Anivia. Really, really good play there.
And she just showed why she's safe.
Yeah, exactly. Right as I said it, it happened. Just having that really good stun, having a really large wall that she can pick up. Also, oh, never mind. I was about to say something, but never mind. I was about to say Malphite learning why Taric is a really strong dueler, even as a support, but ended up winning. Never mind, I take it back. But Taric is still a really strong champ, just in a melee range, but unfortunately, Malphite just kind of being a bit too strong there. AP Malphite just has so much burst damage. Woo! Okay, really good dodge there from both our players. Unfortunately, Diana's still getting grabbed, trying to do as much damage as she can while she can. Aphelios, unfortunately, getting ulted. Okay, Mordekaiser. All right. Unfortunately, missed a little bit of the thing. Mordekaiser able to come in and get ult and get that double kill. But unfortunately, still dies to the Mel ult because executes are fun.
Yeah, I don't play execute characters.
Mel is a character. I don't know if she's strong or weak. I can't tell. All I know is she's frustrating to play against.
She's got the range of a mile long.
I mean, all things considered, she doesn't have that crazy of damage. It's just that she builds up stacks stupid fast. And once you hit a certain number of stacks, you just get executed. Depending on your HP. All right, I will say we're doing a really good job pushing towers. I think we are up. Well, we're not. Oh no, we're even in towers taken, but we do have one second tier 2 tower taken, so that's really good. And we're up a dragon. All things considered, as bad as some of these team fights have been, we've been doing really well with taking some of our a few of these objectives. As long as we can avoid losing some of the dumber team fights, we're winning a lot of the important ones. Unfortunately, half of our team kind of distracted with the Rift Herald in the top lane as we have Dragon about to come up in about 30 seconds, I imagine. 15 seconds, actually. Mordekaiser trying to take this opportunity to split push in the top lane. Could be good, as I don't think we can really afford to fight for Dragon here. He can hopefully take a tower or two. Not being the best split pusher, but certainly capable. So they do get Dragon here off that. Nothing we can really do to fight it, but we do take a tower for it. We need someone to go bot lane and catch our bot lane tower. Otherwise, we're gonna end up losing it. All right.
The fight never ends.
A little slower now. Everyone getting some CS.
All right, Anivia having to play careful, almost getting caught out there. Both players kind of setting up for some team fights here at the Baron. Our bot lane pushing up, pushing tower. Looks like they've gotten the Malphite to go to the bot lane. And Malphite does currently have TP up, so he can kind of TP wherever he needs to go. Ooh. Unfortunately, getting caught by that ult really makes this a lot harder for us to fight for this Baron without our jungler. Unless we're able to just win a 4v4.
We do have most ults up.
Yeah. All right, Josh going for the ult on the Skarner. May have not been the best ult choice. Not terrible. Okay, we are kind of winning the team fight. Ended up working out. I was a little worried that maybe he should have gone for the Mel instead, but he's still able to get the double kill. And Aphelios able to shut down the others. Mel being a priority target here. Can they chase her down? She does have a 700 gold bounty on her. She luckily doesn't have ult up, but is still able to get in. Just so much damage there with that execute. Diana trying to chase down this Mel, but just not quite fast enough even with the flash. At the very least, we are able to push them off Baron. Unfortunately, we end up giving a ton of gold to the Mel for it. But we did get some much needed kills and shutdowns on several of our other players. As bad as feeding the Mel is, there's only so much stronger she can get, as she is literally already at full build. So, with the exception of she hasn't sold her starting item yet. So.
Looks like the other team is setting up for Baron.
Texas A&M is setting up for Baron again. They're just going for it right now. Our team kind of all in the bot lane trying to deal with a Malphite. We do get the kill on Malphite, but unfortunately end up losing. We're almost certainly losing Baron for it.
Not sure if the Mordekaiser ult was necessary there.
Probably not, but it does still give him good. It does still give him good stats for as long as he's dead. If we can come in and clean up and remove the Baron buff from a few of these champions, it'll be really good.
Sorry,
really
Skarner,
good catching out the Skarner. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch out the Mel, but we were able to at least remove Baron buff from 2 of them. So the only ones we have to worry about really shoving hard right now are the Mel,
Drags up in 20,
Nautilus, and Yasuo. So primarily Yasuo, honestly, when it comes to pushing power. All right, now we are setting up for Dragon. Dragon will be up before Skarner's back up. So if the opposing team tries to fight this, it will be a 4v5. And it looks like we're just going to immediately go for the Dragon. Just try and kill it before they even...
They're not making it in time.
No, we definitely have the damage to kill this. So as close as this game has been, we are at 3 Dragons. We are only 1 away from having Dragon Soul. Mordekaiser and Anivia both teleporting to top tower to try and save it here. Mordekaiser, unfortunately, not quite having ult up yet, I don't think. Absolutely needing it, if possible, to... Okay, ulting the Nautilus. Yeah, it makes sense with how low he was, needing those extra tank stats.
Legendary.
All right. Oh, yep. The Aphelios just going down to the Mel ult.
And then Skarner ult just taking him into the team. Oh, we nerfed Mel's range, they said. Doesn't look like it.
I mean, it has. That is significantly shorter than it was. Well, it's not significant.
You're right.
It is
She's
a
not
decent
reaching
amount.
across the entire map now. She's only reaching halfway across the map.
All right. Oh, Anivia unfortunately going down. It looks like, okay, Mordekaiser is up and is able to kind of push them back from pushing any farther in the top lane. The team fighting hard to essentially survive long enough to make it to this fourth dragon and try and grab this dragon soul, as that is essentially our win con. Mel already being level 17 and is now just straight up full build. All right, good ult there, keeping him alive. Good stun. Mordekaiser ulting the Skarner again. Good tank stats, but I genuinely don't know if it's necessarily the... Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay, okay. Really, really good ult there from the Diana. Able to drag their entire team in, deal a lot of damage.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
we could just kill this Mel.
Yeah, genuinely, if we can just kill the Mel once or twice, that would really, really change the flow of the game. I will say we really need some MR on our team. I'm a little amazed Mordekaiser hasn't built what's it called? I'm a little amazed our do what?
Leandres?
No. Not that. I'm a little amazed our Mordekaiser hasn't built I forgot what it's called. The green MR item that gives extra shielding and healing.
Is what?
The green
Spirit Visage?
Yeah, Spirit Visage. I'm a little amazed he hasn't built the Spirit Visage.
I'm surprised I knew the item.
Yeah. I've only been playing the game for like 2 years longer than you have. All right, good ult. Okay, really, really good ult. Able to keep them alive through most of that. Unfortunately, neither of them are able to make it. Still not able to make it alive. As good as that ult was, just not enough. Not enough. Dodged so much damage with that ult, but oh no! The Anivia unfortunately trying to back in a bush that was warded. Mordekaiser once again ulting the full HP Skarner. Just not the best target for that ult right now. If anything, he really wants to try and be aiming for the Mel specifically.
Fortunately, Car gonna have to give drag here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Diana going down. We can afford to give one. And that's it. That puts us both on 3. Alrighty. Baron's once again up, and it looks like the opposing team is looking to try and set up for it. Both teams just kind of... Oh, really good ult dodge. Really good ult dodge from the Aphelios. Once again, ulting this full health Skarner. I really don't think this is the best approach. And he's going to be right there in the middle of the entire team. Now, as well as going for the Skarner was working earlier on, right now, the Skarner just being way too chunky to die to something like that. Really needs to prioritize the squishier champions with his ultimate, like namely the Mel. Unfortunately, the Mordekaiser getting a little too antsy to start the fight. Alright, they did get Baron, so we're going to be very careful. They're going to be looking to try and end here soon. If we can push back this wave, if we can keep them pushed back here, we have the chance to go for Dragon and catch back up with Soul. But right now, we just have to survive this push. And it all comes down to this, as to whether we're able to stay in the game or not. Alright, it looks like we're kind of A-ramming down the middle, trying to essentially saying like, hey, y'all are trying to push right now, but we're the ones already pushed up. We can base race you unless y'all and force y'all to back. Okay, good ult from the Taric.
If we can take out this Skarner, that'll stop.
Yeah, if we can take out the Skarner.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the Diana, the only one left to defend home. We're trying to base race them, but unfortunately, the opposing team, this is probably game unless we get back in time. Really unfortunate. We tried scaring them back to their own base to either start a base race or scare them back, but unfortunately, they were just able to push faster than we could. Makes sense, but it was a really good play to try and force their hand. Honestly, a good strategy if it had worked. But that is the final game of the night. That is Faulkner 2-0. We had some good ideas there. There in the end game, we had a good strategy. And we started out a lot better in the second game. But unfortunately, do end up falling 2-0 to Texas A&M University. And we'll be right back here briefly after a short intermission with the after-game interview.
Faulkner University's online executive MBA program is now accepting applications. Earn your Master of Business Administration in as little as a year. Advance your career and apply today at faulkner.edu.
My name is Mike Harridge, and I teach computer science at Faulkner. Computer science at Faulkner is dramatically changing right now. It's an exciting time to be here. We're adding new students, which is exciting for all of us, but we're also growing in the content in which we deliver. We're adding new courses, we're adding new curriculums. It's a time that things seem to be really exciting and things seem to be really changing rapidly inside of our field. Computer science will always be a rapidly evolving field. Everything from artificial intelligence to cybersecurity will always drive us to excellence. But here at Faulkner, we embrace that change as opposed to ignore it. Many of our students find their niche in the computer science world by coming here, and that's what we hope to really drive that love of computer science into our students here. I'm telling you, of any place you want to be to learn computer science, Faulkner is the place to be right now.
online Masters of Science and Management from Faulkner in 1 year. With a focus on HR management, leadership and ethics, and strategic management, you'll gain the skills to succeed. Apply today at faulkner.edu.
Did you know that 100% of Faulkner's computer science graduates
since 2014 have found jobs
in their fields within 6 months of graduating?
We live in the information age where you either use a computer or you get left behind. Are you ready for your future? Faulkner's computer science program is your gateway to a leading-edge career with purpose.
I built church websites, and through the training and instruction that I received from Faulkner, I was able to go right into my career after graduation.
It laid a solid foundation for what you need to know.
At Faulkner, there are many kind and knowledgeable people that are eager to help you prepare for the future.
In the U.S., there are predicted to be over 400,000 job openings each year for computer specialists with median wages well above average. What you learn at Faulkner will give you control of what your future looks like. Our faculty has an average of 16 years of industrial experience and is ready to navigate you to a bright future as a computer scientist. Come join us at Faulkner University. Your future is worth it.
Hello again, and welcome back. Once again, I'm Seth Dawson, and I'm here with FrisbeeMeniscus, also known as Charlie, our team captain, for the after-game interview. So, all right, going into Game 1, what was y'all's thought process going into this game? Just in general, were y'all able to do any kind of prep? I noticed y'all specifically banned a few champions, namely Singed and Lux and Morgana. Those were y'all's 3 consistent bans.
Yeah, we didn't really do much pre-game prep on what we wanted to do. I just knew that we didn't want to see certain champions on the first game, so we just got it every time.
That makes complete sense.
But after into the second game, we thought Jinx was a very big issue. We had to get her off first. So
that makes complete sense. Jinx in the late game there, just all the team fighting potential from the Jinx, and unfortunately just Kennen in that same game never able to get the jump on him. Just that wall of beef they had in Skarner and Malphite, just could not get past it at all. A bit unfortunate in the Skarner just doing a really good job of taking advantage of every time our top laner was just the tiniest bit too far forward. Really, really good gameplay from the opposing team in the early game of Game 1. But y'all made some really good adjustments going into Game 2. Namely, I want to talk about the Mordekaiser swap in the top lane, because that seemed to work out a lot better in Game 2. That was a really good adjustment, I noticed. Just kind of, what was the thought process?
So the thought process was mostly his ult, which you know how it works. Send him straight to Brazil. Kaiser targets one champion, and then they both disappear to somewhere else to duel it out.
Yeah.
So that's just eliminating one major threat. Like if he had a big ult that he didn't want to pull off, or if, like, let's say Skarner ulted 3 people, he could just ult Skarner and he just gets taken away.
Yeah, and I noticed that one that worked way better for our top laner in particular during the laning phase, because he didn't have to worry nearly as much about getting ganked. And it worked pretty well for some team fights, as he was able, as you said, to pull the Skarner out before he could ult. Now, there were a few times where that's getting semantics, but I was kind of pointing it out during the stream. It's like, I feel like maybe sometimes the application of certain ults at times were used on the wrong people. But all things considered, y'all's game plan worked really well in the early game. There were a few things that ended up falling apart, namely level 1 invade. That was fun. That was, they just came in fast and furious there with the Nautilus at level 1 and just got that in Game 2. That was just kind of a crazy level 1 fight that was just unfortunate.
Yeah. That should be expected when half of their team has such heavy CC at level 1.
Yeah, it makes sense in retrospect, but just honestly, you expected more to happen in the bot lane, I imagine, not the top lane. So that was an interesting level 1 fight that I wanted to bring up. That just y'all,
it wasn't really much of a fight; it was more of an execution.
You were really, really close to getting away. And
Not
Nivea,
even close.
you were right there at the tower. You were right there. Just a second more, an inch farther, and you would have been under tower. But all things considered, there were some really good adjustments I noticed made in Game 2. Very clearly, our team still thinking well, still working together well. Just, unfortunately, still just kind of lost a few small things here and there that just snowballed into a loss.
Yeah,
it seems like
we're still growing, but we haven't fully realized our full potential yet.
Oh, definitely. Y'all have last week we got to see, or was it earlier this week? I can't keep up. We got to see exactly how good y'all's communication has grown, and y'all still had some good communication and game plans going into this one. Just the opposing team had better at that point, and that shows a lot of how important comms are. So I really looking forward to seeing how next week goes. If I'm looking at this right, yeah. So be sure to tune in for our next League of Legends broadcast, which will be Tuesday, February. No, wait, what?
Schedule's been real weird lately.
I don't know when it is.
Most likely it's Tuesday. Maybe it might be Thursday or Friday next week.
Were we even against the Texas A&M today?
Yeah, it was Texas
A&M. It was, okay. I can't look at the script because it's wrong. We're probably going to be playing next week against, I don't know who. So not 100% sure who will be playing next week, but we will hopefully be doing another broadcast next week where y'all can continue to watch the Faulkner University League of Legends team continue to grow and continue to show off what all they're learning. Yeah, and I believe, I don't know when our next broadcast will be, but most likely we'll be having our next broadcast on Tuesday at 6 to 8. But yeah, okay. Sorry a little bit for the scuffed outro. I may have, I should have asked for specifications because I forgot. We've had a lot of confusion happen with these schedules. But yeah, it has been great getting to be here and do this commentary. Cannot wait to see y'all next time. So yeah, soar Eagles, and we look forward to having y'all on our next broadcast.
The preceding broadcast was an official presentation of Faulkner University. It may not be redistributed without the express written consent of the Faulkner University Athletic Department. Regitar USA High-Res Arena is sponsored by Regitar USA. The national anthem was performed by the Faulkner University Chorus. If you would like to learn more about the Faulkner Esports program, visit our official website at faulknereagles.com or follow us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram for all the latest news and events. Thank you for watching, and soar Eagles!